Number 2 as Vici Gaming takes the first in this best of 3 for the lower bracket finals with the Dota Pit Minor. Suns fan here with Grand as I hear a taunt being activated. Very important to do that pre-game.
Yes, the old dancing disco ball and undying. And yeah, you were talking about it already. So they have a core Venge, but they don't really have anyone who benefits from this Vengeance aura per se in the the 5-man death ball, but tons of save. And we actually saw him kind of play this style with the Omni Knight and whatnot when they picked that AM. Unfortunately, AM banned out. And it's even interesting how quick Vici can play, pardon me.
Oh, Kaka breaks the smoke. Faith's going to be the initiation with the decay. We have a magic missile and a fissure coming to play. Faith looks to be just walking this off.
Ice Vortex level 1, 5-man slowed him down.
Oh my.
That's insane. He lived there. They even got the block. That's actually insane. He just walked around it. I'm out of here.
You don't get the extra move speed anymore, though, unfortunately.
You do not.
That was a cool little feature that we probably never saw once in our games.
And then, yeah, Lacoste just always talked about it. It never said anything about Ice Vortex, and he got it removed. Thanks, bud.
Paparazzi and company look to be taking this rune, no problem. Kaka, not a whole lot you can do here.
And look at KP. We see him just hiding up top. He's just going to pull the wave. I mean, that's what you do as a Bat Rider, especially level 1. Just pull that wave. We'll see if Young 11 even looks for him. Nope. He's just going to try to block the wave and then be thoroughly surprised when a Bat Rider flies out.
Yeah, so Vici Gaming takes 3 of the 4 bounty runes. We talked about a lot of the save here for Vici Gaming. I assume you're not really going to see the swap canceling the Bat Rider thing that often unless the positioning is okay. The way I think about it, if you have a support Venge, you do that because you're going to, in theory, sacrifice your life anyway, but as a 1, not always want to be in those positions.
Yeah. And now they did rotate, so KP actually just goes down bottom. They want this matchup. It's a Venge Earthshaker versus Bat Rider. Pretty tough to kill him. He can just fly over the Fissure and will never die. But top lane now, Young 11 just got a full first wave to himself. That feels pretty good as an Omni.
That is nice. Remember the old solo Omni days? He's going to get a complete free lane here. Yep. Well, I say that now Faith and Mugi come together to harass a little bit. But like you said, level advantage is definitely there.
It's crazy to see. You know, we had a Bane in this game, just didn't get banned out at all. We had a first pick Undying, and man, Vici Gaming has played this hero so well. I mean, you just dominate the lanes with it, throw out decays, get some damage, and harass back.
Fenrir TP's top, just to do a little pull here. See if it's be successful. Gets 2 creeps, better than nothing.
We'll take it. I don't think we're going to see too many kills, especially with the Sand King bottom. If they were doing a full tri-lane, we possibly might, but it's going to be very, very tough to kill bottom lane as Vici as well as Newbee. I mean, if you get a stun off on Lanham, maybe you just fly over him, get some sticky up on him, and he dies.
Yeah, Lanham, of course, we talked about the Undying having the upgraded Tombstone now at level 1, so might be able to... Do you still pick that up at level 3, you think, after a Soul Rip?
It depends. We actually saw him go like 2-1-0 a few of the games he played this Undying. The reduced cooldown on decay, pretty good.
Kaka's going to take this route, no problem. If you're looking at mid lane here, Ori versus SC, OD versus Medusa. You have to think, in theory, the Arcane Orb quite good against the Medusa, stealing that in.
Yeah, and it really just depends how many procs of Essence Aura he gets. If he can just continuously do that and then get maybe... I was going to say get 1 stun. If the Earthshaker like rotates middle, gets a nice block, could be a nice kill, but they're fine with this. Ori's just free farming middle right now.
Yeah, it's 8 and 11 CS versus the 3 and 1, so definite favor going to the OD. Can't be too surprised by that.
And Medusa's level 2.
That's even worse than I thought.
Yeah, he's zoning. And we're going to see lane rotations. Neither team has been I mean, they've been super frugal, just moving around the map, using their TPs to change lanes. Last game, we saw like 4 rotations between the carries. And once again, we'll see it. Paparazzi going top.
Yeah, Purification was used, Bob, but not able to catch KP with the damage, but will be taking the creeps in Young 11. What do you think about this? If this ends up being a 1v1, the Omni Knight versus Bat Rider. Typically, Bat Rider really good against melee heroes.
Young 11 will get Young 11 will get experience, but top lane, nice stun from Fenrir, saves out Paparazzi, and there will be no kill.
We've seen a few Vengeful Spirit games this tournament. I want to say 2 as carry.
Oh, Kaka's going to do a ton of damage. He does have the chilly fingers. He's going to get all 3 attacks off, but look at Paparazzi. Hello.
This takes away from his farm time. At the same time, Fisher's going to block him in. The right clicks are there, and the Enchant Totem gives first blood the way of Vici Gaming.
Yeah, those chilly fingers get him killed. He thought he could do so much more damage, but without a teammate there, unfortunately, he cannot.
So back to what I was saying, the Vengeful Spirit we've seen twice so far as a core, tapered off a lot in these games. The window was never actually seized. Do you feel that that's a potential issue here for Vici Gaming?
Definitely could be. Unless this Odie gets 6 slotted with Repel, it's going to be so hard for them to win this late game versus a Sven as well as Medusa. But there's definitely a chance. I mean, when we saw OG play, they took four axes, and then they couldn't do anything more. Middle lane, though.
Yeah, Burrow Strike into a cold feet. Will this proc? Indeed it will, but Fenrir is here for support. Has the Fissure. Not sure if they're actually going to go for this. He gets the Fissure off on Kaka, but no Astral Imprisonment as of yet for Ori, who goes for a 2-0-3 build.
And now middle lane, they thought they used everything, but Lanham, he's ready to just go in there, decay, be an Undying, not really do anything, just harass him.
Yeah, this could be a pretty big kill here in the mid lane. Fenrir is here available with the Fissure, blocks him in pretty decently, and Chantotem will not connect. Top lane, though, Sven's going to be doing a lot of damage. Looks like we'll lose this Vengeful Spirit if not careful. Gets off the magic missile. One more right click will suffice. The TP not in time. Medusa, in the meantime, did die in the mid lane, so it's a 1-for-1 across the map.
Yep, and really doesn't benefit either team. You're losing your early game Vengeful Spirit, but by killing that Medusa, I mean, Medusa, when she gets level 4 Snake, feels like she can flash farm pretty nicely, but until then, she can. Ori's just dominating her right now. Good rotations from Vici Gaming supports.
Still with essentially a 2-level advantage here for Ori in the mid lane.
Yeah.
And Fenrir, he's just going to keep coming. Enchant Totem, Fissure, seen this before. Lots of mana here. Lots of arcane orbs coming through. Ori actually gets an Essence Shift proc, but will not pursue any further as Kaka has come to play. Burrow Strike a little bit too short, only level 1. It actually feels so bad to use that level 1 Burrow Strike.
And Fenrir, right place, right time. I think if he moved that Fissure a little to the left, that actually would have been a kill. Would have blocked him enough for like 2-3 more auto attacks. But still, making the Medusa go and use their top shrine. And now they're just diving Faith middle.
Yeah, not looking good for this Ancient Apparition. There's a couple right clicks will take him out, and Fenrir dealing considerable damage with only a level 1 enchant.
Yeah, he's owning. And as you said, the Earthshaker, the biggest thing is now you cannot solo echo someone. I mean, you can, but it does no damage. It just shuts him down, still stuns him, keeps him in place. But a little bit of a nerf that hurt him quite a bit.
Yeah, and I really want to go in a test server and just test out the damage threshold for, or not the threshold, but the damage difference between the last patch and this one, and concerns with how Echo Slam actually works. I mean, I know that it literally echoes now. You don't need like an Agnum Scepter from the old days, but as far as the damage discrepancy, I'm not exactly sure if it's a buff or a nerf. I would assume it's a buff with the more units.
But you can't know until you practice, Sunsfan. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Bottom lane, man. Young 11, look at his CS, actually. 23 and 15, tons of denies. The Batrider, I mean, not even really beating him. 27 and 6. Young 11 actually has the level advantage as well as a soul ring, so it's impossible to kill him without a stun.
Yeah, it will definitely be difficult. KP, though, can flash farm. He's going to use that Firefly on the creeps here in the bot, but that's kind of the way Batrider rolls. I mean, with so many saves in this game, do you think he just goes for the drums? Obviously, we'll have to get a blink at some point, but doesn't need to prioritize it necessarily.
Yeah, we'll see it. I'm interested to see how Young 11 plays. He is going for the Phase Boots plus Soul Ring, so we might see a possible Radiance build from Omni-Knight, and that's one of the reasons. Then he definitely might benefit from Vengeful Aura.
Okay. I like me some Radiance on Omni-Knight. Big tanky hero.
He is, man, SCC. He gets swapped back, and he's in a lot of trouble, my friend.
Arcane Orb doing ridiculous damage. Sanity's Eclipse is there. Here comes the first lasso of the game, bringing Vengeful Spirit back to the other side of the river, but Young 11 did TP. Didn't really need to.
I like all 3 heroes middle from the dire side. Oh, Ori, nice block there from Fenrir. All 3 heroes middle were cores, and Kaka, he's just dead.
Oh my god, the Purification. Level, I want to say 4, yeah. 300 pure damage.
And now KP, he'll get the Invis Rune. I don't believe detection.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they spotted that. No, they'll see that the rune is gone.
That's the biggest thing. Vici Gaming and Newbee are both those 2 teams. They always rotate their cores. All 3 cores just TP'd middle for those kills. They're not afraid to lose like, what, 1 or 2 waves of CS if they get a kill on another core. And both these teams, it feels like are the only 2 who really do that. And that gives Lan M levels. He's like, all right, I'm going to Undying. I'll just chill top against Mugi.
Yeah, I think SC is he's gonna find a lot of trouble this game with the lineup that he's going up against. But we've seen this time and time again. If you get to a certain point of the game, it doesn't matter who you're playing against. Medusa will outfarm most heroes, and that's not to mention the fact that Sven is also on your team that will be able to flash farm throughout the game. The question is, do they have enough farm for both of them?
That's always a big question. Two of the most farm-heavy heroes. I guess Medusa farms more later and Sven farms more early game, but still. We'll see. He's going Mask of Madness. We'll see if he goes Blink after on Sven. And Young 11 feels like he's doing a great job. What did he actually get? He did go for the face boots. All right. And now we're going to have a bottom plus a top push, one from each team.
And KP, he was going for drums, but considering he has 1,500 gold already, he says, why not? Let's just go for the big dagger.
Yep, and Tranquils plus Windlace, so much move speed. 375 without the Tranquils even online.
Dire are scanning.
Scan comes in. They're going to just clip Faith here and ping it out. Knowing that support may or may not be on the way. Top lane down, Mugi pops God Strength. Will go to town on this tier 1 tower. Kaka with the level 2 Burrow Strike. When you see the Stormbolt come into play, Undying, there's the Burrow Strike. Do they have enough damage to take him out? Indeed they do, but the Paparazzi and supports are on their way. Paparazzi actually gets blocked by creeps. Really unfortunate, but Mugi, you have to think, will probably die here. Has the TP available. Maybe could do a cool Quelling Blade play to get into position, but again, very, very ambitious. So it'll be a 1-for-1 as Undying is already respawned because he's level 5.
Yep, does a lot of damage to the top tower, but still your Sven goes down. At least your Medusa gets a little bit of space. I mean, when you rotate 4 heroes, there's going to be an open lane on the map somewhere. So SCC double Wraith Band phase, which is going to push in middle.
Fenrir is here to play level 4 right now.
It really feels like a ticking time bomb for Vici. They're up 6-2, but I mean, obviously the scaling is just so good on Newbee.
Right, and I believe the panel brought it up. We've just seen so many games with this quote-unquote window that needs to be achieved in a certain specific time frame. Just haven't really seen many games. I want to say maybe 1 or 2 have been successful out of a large majority.
Oh, look at Young 11 just running at Kaka top with a haste rune and phase boots. He just smacked him up. 17 wand charges and a soul ring. You're not bringing him down.
Yeah, definitely a tough kill. Mugi now will be able to get some XP and farm here as the creeps are pushed up to his tower. Faith is level 6 on the Ancient Apparition, so does have Ice Blast to work with. Keep that in mind here.
Yeah, plenty of stuns too. That's the best thing about AA. You have Sven, you have the Bat Rider Lasso, not a stun, but hold in place in a Sand King stun. You should almost always be able to get at least a 1-man Ice Blast off.
Bottom lane Burrow Strike, but looks like Kaka might be the one that has to be careful here. Sentry not quite in range. They're going to place a new one, and that'll be the death of the Sand King. And now expect this to be a tier 1 tower.
I do like they're going for a pretty late game build. Top though, Young 11 does not get the stun off. He just God Strength and pushes the wave. God, I love this. Just disco ball Sven.
Learning a thing or two from Leshrac as we're going to see OD go down. Burrow Strike onto 2. Faith's just going to TP out to safety.
Sorry for distracting you there, Suns fan.
You always distract me. You're just so good looking, Grant.
Thank you. Haven't heard that since my mother.
Oh my, Mugi gets the Stormbolt off. Young 11 with absolutely no mana.
Yeah. Oh,
he's just going to TP out in the face of the Omni Knight.
What a world. The Sven has to TP away from an Omni Knight. Feels bad right there.
Don't they have lore together? Aren't they connected somehow?
I think they're brothers or something. I don't know.
Brothers from another mother?
Yeah, I think Brood Mother. Brood Mother's sons.
Brood Mother. That sounds awful. SC looking for this last hit in this mid tower. Ori looking for the deny. See who comes out with it.
There's no way.
Snake. Yeah, deny goes the way of Ori.
I was about to say, unless like SCC had more heroes there, you will not get that deny on a 2-hit tower, no matter what. No matter what fake out play you have. If he had ulti, possibly, I guess, but bottom lane. VG grouped up, and I think the Radiant saw that, and they come down, and VG's like, oh. Well, we don't have to do anything. We don't really care. We can just push middle tower instead.
This is Fenrir's 4th or 5th attempt at this mid lane gank. This will be one of the first times he won't find it.
Oh.
SC gets off a nice Mystic Snake there. Full mana, full HP.
This is the exact same combo we saw versus the last Medusa. You get the decay, you get the minus HP on the Medusa, and then you get the minus intelligence from OD. We saw this exact same matchup, and Medusa did get handled.
Young 11. Going for a Midas himself, as we hear a God Strength being used for the double Ancients here.
We'll farm out, but can they find anyone with the smoke? Man, Dire just
Can they see these
Nowhere
cosmetic
around.
bugs
Under attack.
through fog, you think? Like the crazy Sven stuff?
That's a good question. I have no clue. I mean, you used to be able to in the old days. I don't believe so anymore, though.
Certain stuff still works through Roche Pit. I know that.
Radiant's top tower
Very
is
few,
under
though.
attack.
Paparazzi
Radiant
in the top lane,
structures are
going to be
fortified.
grouping up as the Ice Blast looks to connect on 2. Oh, only going to be 1. I mean, we haven't really talked about the fact that Ice Blast will obviously counter the Soul Rip and Purification from the way of Vici Gaming.
Yep, which is nice. And you see how quickly they clear waves. A Blast flies in, 1 Mystic Snake, and the wave's just dead. And Sven's just farming all this time, right? They always have someone farming, which is so good from Newbee.
Look at these wards for Vici Gaming in the bottom jungle. There's literally 4 wards covering the entirety of this jungle.
But what are they doing with them?
Exactly.
Absolutely nothing. And we've talked about it. VG is definitely the best warding in this series, but they have the wards down. But unfortunately, Newbee's still just farming.
We're going to watch them farm. That's what they want to see. See how many creeps Sven is taking. Bot lane, Paparazzi, going to run into Moogie. Stormbolt would be there.
Oh, and he has a
looks to
blink
break
dagger
things
now.
up. On who?
Sven. He just purchased it on the right
Sven.
side.
All right. Batrider, I'm assuming, has had his. Yeah, almost done with his drums as well. So double blink dagger, the way of Newbee. They have great initiation possibility now.
And you see how VG just keeps grouping up, trying to make something happen. Like top tower, they didn't even take down. Like they gave up on it because they're like, man, this Medusa just keeps pushing us back. Like, what are we doing? We need something to happen. And now they're gonna try to make it happen bottom with the smoke.
Yeah, it's a 4-man smoke.
And they have vision.
Spot him out. Yep, one of those 4 wards is coming into play.
They have vision
here.
of like 4 people. They want the
Paparazzi.
Sven, obviously.
Level 1 swap. Okay, they're going to right into SC, who's just going to get completely destroyed. And they'll take out the Ancient stack as well. Why not?
Okay, Golden Mausoleum flies out. They might try to push middle, but even with just the Medusa dead, it feels like they can defend this pretty hardly.
Pretty hardly or pretty hard?
Pretty, like, you know, when you're eating Thanksgiving dinner and you're full, and you have to unzip your pants.
Oh, that happens for every meal for me, so I can't really relate.
Interesting. Oh, do we have? We have a stun coming out bottom lane. Sand King's in a little bit of trouble. Oh, whiffs
Echo
it.
Slam does next to nothing, but Lan M and company, they're going to surround him, and it'll be a kill one way or the other. It doesn't matter how pretty it is.
From the come with me to the kill, they'll take it.
20 attack speed now on OD.
Oh, top lane. They want Young 11, but Moogie, he has to blink literally right next to him to get that stun off. And now they know something's up. He's like, wait, why am I getting AA blasted? Someone's here.
That'll make the farm a little bit easier here for Moogie. This tower very low. Not sure if Vici wants to defend.
The old 11 just TP'd out. They can't.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That'll be a tower going the way of Moogie and
Dire's
Newbee,
top
who
tower
have...
has fallen.
That's a pretty even game as far as net worth is concerned, but with those blink daggers, you have to expect them to perhaps get a little bit more aggressive.
Middle
here.
lane, they're going.
Yeah, there's the lasso, blink initiation onto Omni Knight into a burrow strike and a cold feet as well. You have to think that, well, with the repel, no purification even needed. He is super fast, by the way. AA Blast coming in. It's barely going to clip him. Omni Knight pops his ult. Paparazzi with a nice swap. They're going to try and turn this around on Batrider. Tombstone is placed, and KP is going to get a lot of damage here from the OD. But there's the blinking from Moogie and the Stormbolt double burrow strike. We hear that Stone Gaze come into play, but it's a 2-for-1 in favor of Newbee.
Is under attack.
Yeah, and why is the Dirge so big just hitting Moogie? The guy's a giant.
That flesh golem, gracious.
And that is like you said, 2-for-1, and KP's willing to trade his life for that. Get the OD, because this OD has been pretty much just free farming right now, going for the Dragonlance after Midas. They have double Midas now, right? Oh, Omni Knight didn't go for it. He had it queued up, but he went for drums, and he survived that whole ordeal.
Yeah, I actually can't believe how fast he was that fight. Yeah, those drums, I guess.
Now they're just going to all shrine up bottom. Moogie continues to farm. SCC as well, going for the Mask of Mana, so he actually does damage.
Yeah, we'll be going Lincoln Sphere this game to prevent swap, stun from Venge. What else is it? Soul Rip, technically speaking. That could be used to actually just activate the Lincolns real quick.
Astral. That's
And
about
Astral.
it. Mostly just for that swap for sure. And he can just keep putting it on the Sven if he's in the back lines.
What are your thoughts on... the thing I like about Vengeful Spirit Core is you can switch up your build quite a bit. You see a little bit of variation from time to time.
Yeah.
You can see the Shadow Blade here for Paparazzi.
I like it. He can definitely get solo kills on AM as well as even maybe the Batrider. So I kind of like it in that regard, but we haven't seen him use the Shadow Blade now, right?
Yeah,
That's
he's
the
had
thing.
it for a little bit now.
And now Smoke Ganko from the Radiant. They're just running right down middle.
Yeah, Kaka pretty close to getting his own Blink Dagger, so that's going to end up being 3 blinks on the way of Newbee. Not too far away.
Fenris has his in 152 on the Earthshaker.
Ori, he's going to get Blink initiated by the Batrider. Ice Blast will be here, undying his TP in game. We'll be able to kill him real quick. OD drops before this fight really starts. Tombstone's place, Kaka just sitting in his sandstorm. There's a swap. Looks like Faith will be the sacrificial lamb. Kaka's just going to burrow to safety.
Once again, they're willing to do these trades. AA for OD again. These are great trades for Newbee.
And Boogie's just going to go back to farming. Going for a BKB next, so knowing that a lot of aggression is soon to come for Vici Gaming, they do have that window that they want to take advantage of.
The Sven Classic. And look, I mean, as a core Venge team with an Omni Knight, you feel like you want to be taking towers, and all they've taken so far is a tier 1 bottom.
Yeah, anytime I see a Venge, I just feel like as a core, you got a 5-man at some point, it feels like.
She scales a lot better than some people think. It doesn't feel like it, but versus Sven Medusa, not even close.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like, she can farm okay, but she still can't clear waves because you very rarely see like the Maelstrom build. You just see Wave of Terror and then right click.
And this is where OD needs to kind of take off in some regards. Of course, talk about one of his biggest weaknesses is having to get a BKB or something of that sort, but you do have Repel as a possibility, which I assume will be on him pretty much entirely throughout every fight.
And now you see the problem. So they use those 4 wards bottom, right, on the Dire. Now they have 1 defensive ward on the map and 1 ward on Undying. And it didn't feel like they get a lot accomplished with those 4 wards.
Oh, Faith places a ward, might die for his efforts. Level 2 swap is available. They lose vision.
They're so scared to run uphill, though. Like, we can't run up that hill, and it's for good cause. Because there was a Batrider as well as a Sand King. Sand King, no mana, 17 wand charges, but you'd rather waste a smoke gank than get your team wiped.
Yeah, I think Newbee's just waiting for this this Blink Dagger on Sand King and a BKB on the Sven, and then that's when they'll probably try to get super aggressive.
And they're going to have both in about 10 seconds here.
Fenrir right now does have a Blink. Not sure if he's shown it at all. That'll be pretty big. Young 11. He's pretty close to the Radiance. He has the Relic right now, just working on that recipe. Another 1,000 away. So these teams are hitting a nice little peak here at the 20-minute mark.
And still, they're just so scared to push into this tower. They know with the Batrider, someone's going to get caught. And SCC, meanwhile, 5 people top again, and he's just farming bottom.
Yeah, it feels like Vici, they don't have the greatest tower push per se. It feels like they need to initiate into a fight and then use that advantage that they get through the fight to push.
They have, like you said, they have decent tower push, but versus Snake, Split Shot, AA Blast, plus a Batrider who can just blink in Firefly, like, how do you ever have creeps to push? And now smoked up again. We haven't really seen a successful smoke in a while. See if Newbee can get one here.
Yeah, they've only picked off a couple of supports here and there. Nothing really turning into a big fight at all.
And no one's shown on the map.
Yeah.
That Radiant has 0 clue where anyone's at. Lanham just chilling in the trees.
That's a big pickup on Ori, by the way. Hurricane Pike now.
And
in tow.
Oh, it looked like if they were sticking around middle, but they're just going to 5-man middle as Dire. Only Young 11 not with them, and he has the Radiance.
Oh, boy. Omni Knight Radiance. All right.
The problem is, how do you do this? Like, you want to repel yourself to be able to fight, but then say your OD just gets stunned once.
Right.
I mean, he's still more damage without Radiance than you are with Radiance.
We're going to see a big fight here, I'm pretty sure, unless Roshan has anything to say about it. Rosh, join the fight, my friend.
Unless Kaka just gets picked up.
Kaka is going to run right into Lan M. There's the burrow check. Already used Sandstorm. AA Blast onto 2. We see Young 11 coming to play. Uses the repel.
Oh.
Ori gets lassoed up. Not a whole lot of damage done, though. Omni Knight's going to pop his ult. Not a whole lot of effect, though. Paparazzi now on the run. Young 11, no purification for 5 seconds. They can actually blow him up if they want. Fenrir with a big Echo Slam on the 3, but it's a little bit too late. 2 for 1 right now as the Sandy's Eclipse is activated, but it looks like Ori's in a lot of trouble. 5 sticky napalm stacks, can't do jack. Paparazzi now trying to run away, but you have to think this will be a death one way or the other. Gets off a magic missile, but with that Stormbolt will ensure the death. So a 4 for 1 exchange. Fenrir barely gets out.
And it just feels like Newbee has complete control over his game. They're down technically 3 kills, but they're up 3K already at 23 minutes with a Medusa level 17 who does a ton of damage with this Linken's, as well as the new Mask of Manus is like one of the biggest buffs to her ever with the plus damage. Yeah. And then Sven, who, I mean, just has a BKB. That's all you need on a Sven in a game like this.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So in the old patch, the last patch I should say, Mask of Manus would disable Split Shot. Does it still do that if it's a passive?
I don't believe it does.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
But I could be wrong. Don't listen to me.
We'll see here pretty soon. Just keep an eye on it, just like the nullifier last game.
All right.
Just 100% check on that bad
How'd you feel about that nullifier?
Oh, it was great. No, I mean, in theory, it's good. I don't know. It's tough to say because I don't think any item saves them in that game, right?
Yeah.
They just got to a certain point where Ursa was just getting kited left, right, so.
Oh, man, and there we go. Omni Knight now. Omni Knight survived through a ton of that fight, and now that he has the plus 90 damage talent tree, if he gets on top of, you know, even Sven, if he can somehow get on top of that Sven after a BKB, like, Sven's going to lose that fight now.
Yeah, it's something to keep in mind that Guardian Angel, you have to think is going to be pretty powerful.
It was the only thing that kept him in that fight for so long, even though they lost it. And now Kaka Paparazzi. The one-on-one duel. Oh, and here we go. He catches him.
So uses the Force Staff already. Fissure is there to counteract. Stormbolt, though. Epicenter from Kaka. Not going to find anybody with the Burrow Strike. Vengeful Spirit's already dead, though, for Vici Gaming. Newbee will be a trade of sorts. Find the Sand King as Young 11 attempting to get out. Has a Purification, still with the Radiance, doing damage over time. But again, you have to think they'll be able to... Well, he's actually doing a pretty good job of juking. Might need to turn off that Radiance. Or not, he's just going to go for the kill on Faith. Perhaps Mugi gets the Stormbolt off. Repel is there. Faith is just dead. Young 11. Oh, he misclicked! No, you misclicked on Mugi. That is not the play.
He's going
That is definitely not what you want. Purification coming in again. He is so hard to kill. Looks... He'll find it anyway. This is so clowny. I love it. Mugi pops the BKB. Now he might be in a little bit of trouble because Purification's off cooldown. Oh my, Young 11, you beast.
Young 11 with the little bit of a misclick, but he makes it happen. And actually, you know what he did by doing that? He baited out a Mugi BKB.
Intended.
So actually, yeah, intended. Gets that 9-second BKB. What a play by old 11.
What a god.
This
No sorcery.
Tops the repel. Mana Drain is still there, though, from the Mystic Snake.
He's in a little bit of trouble now, I believe. Maybe not.
Well, he has Purification with the help of Paparazzi. Stun. Kaka gets the Burrow Strike up, but dies shortly thereafter. Venge, though, haven't really seen... Oh, nice. Swap onto his teammate. Just kill my teammate, he says, please. He discos away on Undying. Puts down the tombstone, and that's going to break things up.
Dude,
nicely done for Vici.
How is Vici, like, I wouldn't even... Oh, bottom lane, though, they're actually going to get it in, and now Faith, he's going to whip his ulti, actually.
Yep, oh, Echo Slam is used.
Still alive.
And Ori attempting to TP out. It's going to be close. KP gets the last hit.
Do get on Ori, and that's super worth it for Newbee right there. They just get the kill on OD, even though you see 2 dead for Newbee. I mean, it's your 2 supports, and you killed their highest farming core in the Outworld. Yeah, it's 26 minutes in. We have 2 people, 200 CS. This is a high farming game, but pretty high octane, too. 29 kills.
Yeah. Gotta love it, man. These games have been super entertaining. Sven right now, Mugi, gonna be working towards a Bloodthorn for himself.
Dude, what? Young 11 has 3.4k gold. He has Blink Dagger queued up. He could have already bought it.
Second Radiance.
What? Oh my.
Why not?
Is this one of those where you get like Blink Nullifier on this Young 11? Oh, wait up. KP.
Yeah, Burrow Strike nicely timed KP.
No ulti yet, though.
Yeah, no Bat Rider lasso right now. Young 11, 2 sticky napalm stacks. AA ult will connect. SC gonna be zoned out by this tombstone.
It's that. Man, it feels like this golden mausoleum has just zoned him out of getting so many kills.
It's intimidating. Cosmetics win games, man.
Yeah, it is.
Have you seen this golden OD Astral as well in this game?
It is pretty... Well, we've seen it once. It's pretty dank. He drops the hammer for sure.
Speaking of which...
We haven't seen much out of the OD, have we? Except that
new
bottom.
Blink, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he has the Midas, so he's going to continue farming up. It just feels like Ori, we saw him get that kill bottom on AA, but then he just dies. Like, Newbee's awareness this game has been so well. We saw him actually, the Bat Rider left old 11, and then just TP'd bottom without even, or Young 11, pardon me, without even killing him.
Young, old.
Young, old, he's both.
I have to say, Vengeful Spirit pick feels very underwhelming this game. Kind of middle of the pack as far as net worth is concerned. This Shadow Blade, I feel like, has done literally nothing.
It really does feel like we haven't seen him initiate on anyone per se. We saw him save himself by swapping the Dirge, but Shadowblade doesn't. It feels like Vici, they're up 17 to 12 kills, but a lot of it just feels like Earthshaker Omni Knight.
Yeah, the Omni Knight is definitely their carry right now.
Oh, and he's going for the. He's just going for a Shivas, and Young 11's gonna have a full Shivas and 100 gold here. But Roshan, not much they can do. Newbee will just take it.
Yeah, KP zoning it out with a nice Firefly, sticking Napalm for a little bit of vision.
Going Bloodthorn on the Sven. I like it. If he somehow gets it up on that Omni Knight, that Omni Knight's actually going to be useless now.
Omni Knight's going to have to go BKB, guys. We're going to see it here first.
Wouldn't doubt it, actually. Oh, and he turns off the Radiance. Smart. He almost did. He almost just ran through the creeps.
That's what I would do.
They're completely 5-man smoked up, and they might. I mean, that's not the best find if you find a Sand King, but they go the other way.
Yeah. Paparazzi looks to be trying to initiate. Not sure if they saw KP. It is nighttime, so vision is definitely limited.
It's going to break, though. Oh, they have to realize it's behind tier 1 now when they broke.
Radiance is being shown.
What? I think they saw each other, but now they're just going bottom for Kaka, and he's like, wait a minute, I just saw him.
Kaka, you have a TP. Should be fine.
Maybe not.
I mean, he does play ballsy from time to time. Would be too surprised if he sticks around.
Now SCC, just going to counter ward.
And there's a BKB onto Vengeful Spirit, so we'll be able to survive a little bit in these fights.
Kaka still just sitting down bottom, maybe trying to bait away a little bit so his team can push top. Oh, he needs to be careful, though. And he is.
So it looks like Ori will be going towards a BKB, regardless of the fact that Omni Knight is on his team. So you're going to have a BKB and then a Repel after. Pretty beneficial overall.
And now the Young 11, I mean, he does the brunt of their damage in the early fight until Odie stacks up some intellect. So probably wants to repel himself until, like you said, after that first BKB.
Yeah, Young 11 is very tanky. I feel like he might be the last one you kill unless you can get a nice... We've seen a couple times where they initiate and get good layering so he can't get any spells off, and that's definitely ideal. But in a long, drawn-out fight, you have to think he's going to be dealing a ridiculous amount of damage for Vici.
Why would you ever get 6 mana regen at level 20? That seems like a level 10 talent, if anything, or 15. At level 20?
The 12 regen or degen aura used to be a 25 actually, so 46% slow, both attack and movement. Very strong. And we actually talked about this the other day. I thought the Purification would definitely be the play for 25, but we saw, I forget who it was, pick up the 3-second repel. And I think the repel is amazing this game in particular, so why not?
I think just in general. I think you're the only one who thought the heal was, and you're like, Grant, everyone thinks the heal's the best.
Well, I was more talking about the old patch.
Oh, yeah, I believe you, for sure.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic, but regardless, that's it. It's going to end up being a 10-second repel. That's pretty strong.
Oh, and KP is looking to go in, and he actually finds the best target.
Boy. Oh, nice swap, though, by Paparazzi.
Oh.
Playing the role of spoiler here as a Vengeful Spirit. Almost feels like kind of just a support Venge this game, honestly.
Support Venge with a little bit more farm. Here we go.
And we have the initiation. AA Blast onto the OD. He's going to drop right off the bat. And BKB was forced out for Paparazzi, so Newbee getting off a good engagement there.
No, such weird positioning from Ori, but they're going in again.
Yeah, they want to. Mugi, he's ready to go in. God Strength is still up, but you hear, oh, the damage is out of control, but the Omni Knight gets a nice ult off. Mugi turning his back, doesn't want to look that wench in the face. That's for sure.
Oh.
Fenrir jumps in with a big Echo Slam onto 2. Mugi drops to the deck, a buyback from the OD. And Vici Gaming looking to turn this around. Medusa trying to hightail out of here. OD, no blink for another 5 seconds. Will stop in his tracks. Sand King is spotted out. Fissure will connect into the Enchant Totem. Nobody too close, though. See if he can get his way out of here. Gets swapped. Burrow Strike is up. Goes through the cliff here. Has a blink TP.
This guy's like a puck.
Will be okay. The Courier, unfortunately, cannot stun. Maybe in the next patch, guys. Can look forward to that one.
Has a Savage Roar. And, yeah, we've seen this time and time again. Ori just, the tier 2 tower is already down for Dire, and then he just goes there to farm, strangely gets picked off, and then we see, once again, Fenrir as well as Young 11 just combined to get that nice double ulti from Earthshaker.
Right.
But it just feels Ori is just a little bit underperforming this game, and Young 11 has picked up a lot of the slack.
No sorceries avail.
Young 11 working with very little mana at the current point in time. 9 wand charges, that's about it. Of course, he does have a Shivas.
It is crazy to think, though, Ori's only been in the pro scene for like less than 2 years, and that's nuts how well he has been playing.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Oh boy, we're gonna see it. Tombstone on death, my friends. Lan N. I love this skill.
I don't know, like, is it really that good versus a Medusa and a Sven?
No, I'm not saying it's good. I say I love this skill.
Oh, all right. No wonder you love the 200 heal on Omni Knight too. You just love garbage.
How dare you? But yeah, looking at the other skills now for 25, it is a little bit, it feels a little underwhelming for Omni. But it ends up being, what, 500 heal, 500 damage pure. That's pretty strong. That's pretty strong.
True. He doesn't really have the mana to hold that up, even with the Shiva, so.
Yeah, he desperately needs a little mana regen. It looks like Linken's is coming, so that'll assist him in that endeavor.
And man, Linken's is definitely the item of this patch, no doubt, already.
Nerf incoming. Lotus Orb has just been dropped off the face of the earth.
We've seen, what, 1 or 2 of them throughout all these games, and it didn't even feel like you just use it for sieging. And
one of them was in a game
late.
with an Ags on Anti-Mage with 3 Linkens and then 1 Lotus Orb.
Heads up, Suns fan. We have something about to go down bottom for sure.
Oh boy, the tier 1 tower gets destroyed by SC. Unbelievable stuff here from Newbee.
I told you, you always have to be on your toes.
Holy jeez.
Was 10 people down there from bottom, but they just take the tier 1 and run away. Dire actually scans on top of them.
I mean, this is an elimination game potentially for Newbee, so they don't want to get too hasty here.
Yeah, I mean, you have a Sven Medusa. There's no need to. Because you've been seeing, I mean, these perfect ultimates from Fenrir. You do not want to be clumped up for that.
I saw Spirit Vessel picked up by somebody. It looks like it was Faith. We've seen this, I want to say 5 or 6 times this tournament, and it's been pretty strong. Especially this game. You're going to see, I mean, you have the AAL to stop regen, but that's obviously not the most consistent spell in the world. You won't be able to use it consistently on both the Omni Knight and Undying, so.
You also need charges to use it.
That's true. He needs to be close to kills.
Yeah. And I
feel
usually
like
you're not as
if you're going to spend this much money, it should give you some charges. Like, hey, guys, if you have 0, just take 3 or 4. Why not?
Well, I'd say like 2, but 3 or 4 seems
like
like
8
quite
or 9.
a bit.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, being able to kind of mitigate a lot of that healing, both from Omni Knight.
What are they going to have?
Is nice.
What are they going to have against this Medusa, who has the Eye of Scotty now, as well as the Linkens, and a Butterfly coming up in less than like 3 minutes? They just don't have anything to stop it.
Yeah, and I mean, another big power spike for Newbee is when SC hits 25 and is able to get this split shot uses modifier. So both the Scotty and Maelstrom will be pretty redonkulous in these fights.
And we have a full Bloodthorn and 400 gold from Sven. So being able to just lock down, like we said, lock down that Omni Knight just once. That's why they might need a Lotus Orb for that one specific occasion.
Wait, what's that?
The Bloodthorn on top of Omni, if they get the jump, like they need the Lotus Orb on like someone else to get it on him.
Yeah, definitely true. Yeah, he's gonna get that with this wave.
That's
so
scary.
Looking very pretty here as Paparazzi. Still kind of middle of the pack as this Vengeful Spirit. Maybe this is kind of their plan all along. I'm not sure they wanted him to be the most farmed in the game.
And it feels like they're pinging up to smoke, but they don't have a smoke. I don't believe. No, they don't. They're just sitting uphill pinging. And it just feels like, I mean, Newbee's just covering the map. They're up 3K, so, I mean, they're doing a decent job farming on VG Gaming's side, but feels like they're just falling behind. And we already do have an MKB coming up on Venge, but there's not many chances the Venge can just stand and fight. Even with BKB, right? Medusa's ult will still just lock her down if she goes on her.
Right.
Middle.
Yeah, Burrow Strike on the tankiest hero in the game right now. As the Fissure comes out, he gets swapped into the river. Gets a baby Burrow Strike, I want to call it.
Is this guy Puck? Like, he lived bottom. He lives here. He doesn't even have a Yules yet. This guy's playing like a Puck, and he's not getting punished for it.
I mean, bottom lane, SC, being able to TP out in the face of danger. Remember back in the Dota 1 days with these top, like the WoW Dota, you would see Puck plays and Sankey.
Middle.
You can see Echo Slam onto the Bat Rider, taking a lot of damage from the OD. But there's the ult from SC, level 24 right now as Paparazzi gets stoned. He's going to take a ton of right-click damage now as a result. A little bit of a mistake there, turning his face to the Medusa. Paparazzi very low as KP will take him down. SC actually with the triple kill. SC is balling out of control, and this wave might even give him that 25. The all-elusive 25.
And that is just... I'm actually... really, I thought they might just call GG right there. No buybacks, and now you don't even have your ODs dead for a while, and that was your initiation. Earthshaker was the one who went in there, and you lost that fight terribly. That was just good counter initiation, and they're just too farmed. It really feels like the cores of Newbee are just much more farmed.
Yep, Young 11's going to be spotted out here. Gets the repel just in time. Will block the Burrow Strike. Fenrir comes in with the AA Blast. Will have to force his way back. Kaka will live to see another day as the Omni Knight did have to pop his ult, it looks like. And Young 11 at half HP. Mugi's going to jump in. Lincoln Sphere will be popped. And that will be a dead Omni Knight. Will be forced to buy back in the game. Kaka will be taken out finally by Earthshaker, but it'll be a trade of lives. SC now going to town into Young 11. I mean, he is ridiculous tanky. Shiva's in 5 seconds.
But see you.
But the Scotty will slow. Shiva's is pop. Mugi gets off the nice Stormbolt. Seeing the Spirit Vestal come into play now, as Omni Knight won't be able to heal as much. As you see, his purification is almost nothing, actually.
The backside gank, he's looking for Sven.
Well, he's trying to. His Landham's just going to get destroyed on the backside, so Paparazzi, again, just feeling a little bit out of place on this Vengeful Spirit this game. 11k lead for Newbee. They're going to spot Young 11. He just used the Shrine. There's the A ult coming into play, and Mugi destroys him. Expect the GG here pretty soon, as Newbee has just been crushing them this game. Completely different story.
It's crazy. It feels like Newbee just had the better team fight. I mean, Young 11 definitely kept him in the game in the early to mid, but now they're just going to lose a full set of racks, ping out Roshan, and let's get that Aegis and cheese. Both of them so good on Medusa. Doesn't really have room for it. I guess you get rid of the Mask of Madness for the Aegis more than likely.
And Mugi will enter the Rosh pit with the Bloodthorn, waiting for somebody to pop that Linken's. If he even wants to use Bloodthorn, that is.
There you go.
There we go. I'm not even sure what Vici can do. Like, they don't really have the wombo combo comeback team fight mechanics.
Yeah, they have Earthshaker ulti, and then OD, who doesn't even have more, like, it won't do that much to Medusa. Medusa has tons of intellect.
Yeah. And now a full butterfly to go along with the Mjolnir, Scotty, Lincoln's on SC. And of course, the Aegis to top him off with the Mask of Madness in the backpack.
Gives the cheese on over to the Sven. Sven honestly could just give it to Medusa if that Aegis goes down and he doesn't die.
Right.
And a 3-life Medusa or just a 2-life Sven, 2-life Medusa is so strong. Boots of Travel up on the Batrider. He's done a good job of just popping the Lincolns on Young 11 and then just pulling him in himself. And right now we're seeing the problem with Undying. Did decently in the early game, and now what does he do? Throws out a Soul Rip on the Omni Knight.
He's almost going to get a Spirit Vessel.
Oh, percentage-based gaming.
That's right. Paparazzi pushing out this lane in the mid. And Newbee, they don't really need to hide. They have the Aegis, they have the cheese, they have almost an unkillable Medusa at this point.
Yep, they definitely could. As we said, Earthshaker has had some good jumps. You just get that, and it could be problems, but...
Paparazzi.
Oh, SCC is just going to walk up. Hello.
Oh, you guys are smoked? That's cool.
Then he gets like the triple proc on Undying the Lightning. Has to use an urn. He actually got a triple proc on that.
Oh, no. Save those. Oh, no. He has no more urn charges for when that Spirit Vessel is complete.
And I'm not sure they're going to get any more.
AA has 0 as well, but he's used a couple already.
Bottom shrine is under attack.
And SCC just farming up. Hits the shrine, farms up the neutrals as well. And man, I really don't know. I don't know what Vici can do. I think they're just gonna 5-man bottom. They're gonna go for the sneaky
At
play.
this point, it's getting close to the miracle
Are
status.
they gonna run through? Or they're just gonna run uphill? I think. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Why is Faith leading the way? Oh, I'm coming.
I'm AA. Fear me, SC. Give me the front lines.
They see him. They have the ward down. And here we go.
Mugi pops the God Strength. They're going to initiate onto the Vengeful Spirit. AA blast. Beautiful double burrow strike. Undying and Venge dead. Mugi just rips right through the Omni Knight as if he's a piece of butter, as Grand would say. The great Grand. There's the swap. This is the last stand here for Vici Gaming.
Cheesy.
And with that, you have to think this is going to be enough. Nice stand easy Eclipse, though. Ori with the BKB, but the right click from SC. Look at these procs, man. This is insane. Astral Prison will keep him alive for now. But good game comes out, and this is going to a game 3.
It is, and it just felt like Newbee won the early game, won the mid game, and won the late game. It didn't feel like anyone on Vici really accomplished anything except the Omni Knight. And when your Omni Knight's the one making plays, that's just...